So I can't believe I have to say this, but yes, sometimes calling out racism is bad. What do I mean by this? Well, have you ever called out someone deliberately trying to be racist and called them racist? Yes? What did that change? Chances are nothing. Now, obviously, the answers vary, especially compared to in person versus online, where people are more comfortable being mental cuts. But my point is, if you're talking to a grown man, if you're talking to a grown woman, if you're talking to a grown anything deliberately trying to be racist, they know and they aren't trying to change. Maybe they might in the future, but they're far past the common sense reasoning of telling them, hey, what you're doing is bad. Chances are they want you to interact with them and they want you to be annoyed or hurt by what they're doing. Some even get paid off of their rage baiting. So you're actively putting money in their pockets when you give them attention. Why are you guys giving these people attention? This might be the only attention they ever get because, of course, in person socially, how do you think someone like that's going to act? In a way that people will be drawn to them? Ironically, the people feeding into them give them a reason to keep going. They're miserable, but they can get paid, they can get attention, they can get interactions off of saying things that are going to trigger people. Do not give them what they want. It's simple. When they end up talking to themselves, they look stupid. It's really funny. Obviously, this isn't implied to people just simply being ignorant or not knowing that they're adding to negativity. Correcting these people is good. It's not about them. I'm talking about people who are deliberately doing such. But you might ask, what is deliberately doing such? Now, what's deliberately doing such to me is someone who claims they are and who says races that they don't like. Simple as that. Anything other than that is not deliberate. As much as you want to put it, I feel like when you place it in your mind already that someone is doing it deliberately when they haven't said any names yet, you're adding to that. You're adding to more conflict. Like, for example, you might think that someone is saying something because of in the back of their head a stereotype you know. All the time, this person said this without knowing the stereotype, and you're the one in your head who already has associated that stereotype with said race. Guess what? That would make you the problem. Let me show you an example of this.
Man, Cena, your stuff is whack. You're just a white boy who thinks he's black. Oh, Cena.
Ironically enough, all he's doing is rapping, and guess what the comment said? Bro, you can't make this up. Am I missing something? So you guys are basically calling him a hypocrite because he's rapping, and is that supposed to be like a thing exclusive to one race? But then you'll have people who agree with this, and they also agree that he's trying to mimic them. And even outside of this, because of the way John Cena had dressed in the past, is a culture vulture as a whole. But then on another side, you have a character from Pokemon just rapping and happening to be a person of color, and some people found offense to this, claiming it's feeding into a stereotype when she's just a person that likes rapping. Now, of course, I'm not saying that these might have been the same exact people, but my point is, if you're someone who wants to keep a culture of practices within a race, why would you then turn around and be upset when your race is the only to be represented in this way? You may argue that it's the fact that they're deliberately trying to mimic your race when they do the activity. It's not just they want to do the activity, but you don't know that always. If they don't state it, if they aren't directly admitting it, you don't know that. And assuming such just adds to the issue. It takes away from someone who might genuinely enjoy something and now you're antagonizing them. And that just creates more division. And some people will test you. I'm telling you, a lot of rage baiters will do this on purpose. They will be ambiguous. Or some might go a step further and literally pretend to be another race while disrespecting yours. And people will be slow enough to fall for it. And not only that, but return fire to a race that had nothing to do with it. Congrats. Not only did you just fight racism with more racism, you attacked a race that had nothing to do with it. The person isn't that race. Like, bro, straight goofy. Bro, this is why you should not pay anyone any mind that's beyond saving. Leave them on red, online and in real life. They disrespected your people who have nothing to do with this, so you disrespect their people who have nothing to do with this. Really? You're not much better than them. You're just someone who needs to be provoked to get racist. Wow, good job. At this point, I'd rather prefer the upfront. At least then I know who I'm dealing with. But back to my main point, when you already have that preconceived notion in your head of tying one race to this, that you will accuse someone of doing it who might not even think of it that way, you are actively making things worse, not destroying ties of personalizations to specific people, specific races. Let me give you an example.
Hey there. Well, you know where the nearest restaurant is?
What you talking about, yo?
Okay.
Not a single race was said in the video. No mention of it whatsoever. And yet, there's a comment saying this. Like, bro, what race do you have in mind? I wasn't gonna play the full video, but it's about a kid becoming more aggressively a gangster, I guess, or more hood, whatever you want to call it, as time goes by. Being in close connection with some other person who's, I guess, hood, whatever the video is, it's talking about a behavior, a state of mind. But these kids have purposely been trying to elude something. Who knows? Maybe they were, but also maybe they weren't. Maybe they genuinely meant just trying to be a hood or gang affiliated type of person. You making that connection by yourself without any clarification is a you problem. It perpetuates things. It reminds me of this time I seen another clip of a guy on the news smiling next to a picture of a gorilla. And this was a news reporter, right? And another news reporter, this lady, this random lady just said that, oh, wow, he kind of resembles you a bit. I mean, as a news reporter, why would you make that connection to call someone an animal in the first place? But also, if she knew or slash was thinking of the stereotype at the time, what would possess her to say that on live television, knowing that she could get fired for that? It just really doesn't make sense. I doubt she was thinking of the stereotype in her head, but who knows? Maybe she was. But my point is, people in the comments and stuff were saying that, oh, when she got called out for this, she was crying to save face. She didn't really mean her apology to the guy. But the guy took it pretty gracefully. He even said that this woman is his close friend, and he genuinely believes in his heart that she didn't mean it like that, even though it is an ignorant way to make light of a situation. And honestly, I think he handled that perfectly. Whether he's actually her friend or not, whether he was saving face for her, I believe that you can call something out for being wrong. Like, yeah, you can call someone out for doing something wrong with to you while being just different races without immediately tying it to this person is doing this to me because of race. Yes, some people just exist who are ignorant or buffoons. It's really as simple as that. Everyone who made that gorilla connection might ironically be more tapped into stereotypes than that lady was. Here's another example.
I'm just asking for a number.
No, she's not giving it to you. If she's giving it to
Was I talking to you?
I don't care. You need to leave
You know, you need my own business.
I don't care.
You need my own
I don't
business.
care.
You need
Leave
my
right
own
here.
business. See if I can win some money on Fat Guy at least.
Go.
I wasn't talking to you. Get out my
You
face.
need to leave me.
Nah, I wasn't talking to you.
What are you doing?
I wasn't talking to you.
Okay.
Why? You want my number or something?
Yeah, we can take it outside.
Oh, you want my number?
No, we can take this outside.
What you
She's
mean?
gotta leave her be.
What you mean take it outside? Where's your pants?
Where's yours? Clearly not here. Where's your dad?
What do you mean? I don't have one.
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking saying. I know that. You better leave her be.
What the fuck you mean? You know that?
Hey, y'all better dead.
I don't even know if that video was real, but it's just funny to me that when she made the dad comment, that people immediately tied that to, oh, that's about race. She's coming at his race. When one, he was the one who brought up parents. Two, the two girls that this woman is defending from this guy trying to get their numbers is the same race as him. It just doesn't make sense to insert your own stereotype about said race when it wasn't mentioned at all. She could have been saying that he doesn't have a dad because of the way he's acting, for all you know. And again, I don't agree with that, as I know people who didn't grow up with their parents who act way better than people who have both. But that's a video for another day. My point is, people can say goofy things to other people of other races without it being racially inspired. Even though that guy was mostly wrong. Even in my first video, that guy who said it himself, you ain't gotta be racist to be a dickhead. Some people just move like grunts towards everyone, like police who power trip. I see them do it to their own kind. I see them to do it to different peoples of different kinds. Some police just have a fragile ego and like to power trip. It doesn't always have to be about race. When you actively make it about it when it wasn't, you potentially make things worse. And you can even ruin friendships like that you have with people of other kinds. My point is, don't call it out to someone who's beyond saving. You're not helping them in any way besides filling their pockets if they're an engagement farmer who collects points from that guy begging to go to that island. Do yourself a service and block out that negative energy from these people who just want to bring you down with them. They're miserable and they will bring you down with them and make you stoop to their level if they get a hold of you. Don't trip over the floor. Lock in.